Hello people of YouTube and the world, this is the 10th Doctor 9 Productions with a very different type of vlog. Now, as you will have seen from various tweets and posts that I put up, or if you're some of my close friends you'll know this. Now, you know, there was probably 2, maybe 3 more cons that I'm doing this year. If I'm off work, I'll be going on either the Saturday or the Sunday for MCM in London. Then there's Kleptomania in Birmingham, and then there's London Film Comic Con, which is at the end of July. Now, when it comes to the later cons of 2017, I won't be going to any of them as the Doctor or the Master. Now, before you start thinking I've made a stupid decision, I haven't. I have thought about this for a long time. There's only probably a few close people, and probably 1 or 2 cosplay people that I trust the most, who knew this decision was coming. It hasn't been an easy decision for me to make. It's probably been the toughest call I've had to make in terms of cosplay stuff in general. Thing is, I started this back in 2010, and that was like in 2017. That was 7 years ago. 7 years ago I started off on this journey. I started off as 9, and then I went into the Master, not literally, but started cosplaying the Master, and then 2012 came, and then it was 10, and from that point onwards I've either been 10 or occasionally I've done 9. And I've had an absolute ball, but it's come to the point where I'm not enjoying it anymore. Because when I started, there was a close group of us. I mean, 3, I can pick off the top of my head, I can name on my hand 3 people. Tom, who has a Facebook page called Dalek Dave, he has a Twitter account called Dalek Dave. Michael Davis, who you all know as Dr. Michael 10, or his Facebook page is the 10 in Cosplay. And there was one more, I just can't think of off the top of my head what his name is. But those are kind of the 2. I mean, there is 3, I can't remember the 3rd person's name. But those are really the main 2 who I still keep in touch with. And lately it's got, and I mean the last year and a bit, cosplay, well, Doctor Who cosplay in general, in my opinion, has just gotten, it's gotten way too bitchy, it's gotten way too out of control, and Doctor Who cosplayers, a lot of them, are just kind of like obsessed, and I use this word, I don't want to use this word, but I'm gonna have to, is a lot of them are obsessed with the costume being correct. And I'm not slating any of my friends for this, because obviously they practice sounding like their character that they portray, which is fair enough, which is great. And then there's those who talk about you behind your back and slate your costume. It's like, if you haven't got the money to do it, you haven't got the money to do it. And I feel like I've reached sort of the end. And I also know you're thinking, oh, this is probably being emotional. Well, making this decision, it is emotional. It was emotional, and it still is. It is the hardest decision I've made. I mean, don't think I've made this lightly. I haven't. And I've got other passions in my life now, like artwork, video editing, finishing my own series and hopefully getting that done. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind it. But of all the friends that I've made, and the ones that I still keep in touch with, you know, I'll still keep in touch with them. You know, via Facebook or via Skype. Just don't expect to see me at any events as 10, or in fact any Doctor Who character, because I won't be, and I won't be going to them for a long time, with the exception of Vampire Ball, which is coming up in December. That's the only other event I'm going to do post summer. So yeah, so you I guess you can kind of say that the end of an era has already started, because I was at Asylum 18 on Saturday, and I was talking about how, you know, I was wanting to cut down on cosplay stuff, specifically Doctor Who, and the person offered to buy my 10 coat off me. The coat that I've had since 2012. So imagine, I've had that for 5 years. I've worn that for 5 years. And yeah, so I'm just going to turn around so you can just see it. There we go. There it is. That's the coat I'm talking about. So yeah, I've actually agreed to sell that. I'm going to get paid for it next month. Otherwise, I'll just move this slightly out of sync. There we go. So it's end of an era. The coat is going. So I really don't know. I mean, I think for the first time in a long time, I generally don't know what my like day-to-day life's going to be without cosplaying as 10. It's sort of been my life for the last 5 years, and I've made that many friends, and I mean, the Doctor Who, the celebs I've met, the photos I've had with them, if it weren't for getting into that, then, you know, meeting Billy, Noel, Catherine, Camille, having photo autograph of Liz Sladen, meeting Freema, and in June I'm going to be meeting John. So it's going to be weird, it's going to be sad in a way. So I'm going to be kind of edgy, if you like, for the penultimate event as 10. And yeah, I think London Film Comic Con, I mean, for me, that's just going to be ridiculous. It'll be my last 3 days cosplaying as 10. And then that'll be it. For I don't know how long, it might be forever. As I've said, the reasons why earlier on. But to quote Matt Smith's Doctor, when you're going, remember who you're leaving behind. My cosplay friends have always been the best of me. So I think the Sunday, which is the last day, I am going to be a wreck on that day. I generally don't know how I'll keep my emotions in check. But for any of you that watch this and are going to London Film Comic Con and who have known me from any event that I've done over the last 7 years, this is going to be the last time we'll see me as 10 for quite a while. I mean, it probably might even be for a year, 2 years, I don't know. Genuinely, that I can't get my words out. Genuinely, it is going to be heartbreaking, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and in this case I have to take a very massive step back to focus on other stuff that I'm doing in my life. I mean, to the friends who I've known a few times and have not spoken to in a while, God, there's just so many. I've lost count. I mean, I literally have lost count of the amount of cosplay friends I've had. But the ones that have stayed with me and kind of like been there for me, even though at times I haven't deserved it, and the ones that especially the ones that forgave me for stuff that was said. I mean, there's probably only a few, but there's one person in particular who, even though I didn't deserve it, he did forgive me. And we're friends again. And honestly, Michael, if you're watching this, and I hope you bloody are, thanks. And I'm still going to stay in touch. I don't know how often, but I will. So yeah, thanks guys, and yeah, like I say, if I'm off at the end of May, then I'm going to be staying over at one of my mate's house, and I'm not sure who to go as yet, because I originally said I wasn't going to be going down as 10, but you know, I'm going to have to make an effort for this. It's going to be the last, it's going to be the last MCM I do for a while, and I've just got to go all out. So yeah, that's it. I realise I've been going on for 15 minutes now, but this isn't like one of those vlogs where I just talk about a game or do game commentary. This is generally the most serious vlog I've done for a long time, and for any of you that are going MCM, Collectomania, or London Film Comic Con, guys, best probably take the chance to get photos with me while you can, because after LFCC you won't see me around. So thank you guys, and yeah, goodbye.